Is this where Ferrari got its start? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to the channel. I'm Jay Fields and this is Fields Wheels. I'm pretty pumped about today's episode. We're gonna talk about Ferrari, the best brand in the world? Question mark. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ding that notification bell so that you never miss a Fields Wheels video. Now, it goes without saying that the name Ferrari is awesome, but even more awesome is how it started. And there's no better way to start this history lesson than first talking about the man behind the iconic horse. Let's take you back to 1898 in Modena, Italy, where the universe was blessed with the birth of Enzo Anselmo Giuseppe Maria Ferrari. Now this guy was a straight champ, and by the age of 10 he already knew that cars were gonna be his life. Fast forward a bit, and after the collapse of his family's carpentry business, he ended up getting a job for a car manufacturer in Milan called CMN. But Ferrari's history really kicks off in 1920 when he joined the racing department at Alfa Romeo. Just 3 short years later, this guy had already won his first Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, that's sick! Fast forward a little bit more to 1929, and the world's kind of in the middle of the Great Depression, but Alfa Romeo still wants to be a top dog in racing, and so was the birth of Scuderia Ferrari, a racing division within Alfa that was started by Enzo himself. Now this guy did some pretty wild stuff at Alfa, like building this race car with 2 motors, one in the front and one in the back, rocking 500 horsepower. That's right, 500 horsepower in 1936. However, unfortunately, those skinny tires were not good enough for those motors. Sadly, as the story sometimes goes, Alfa and Enzo broke up and he left the company in 1939. But this guy Enzo was really passionate about racing. Sadly, 1939 was also the start of World War II. But that didn't stop Enzo from pursuing his dream, so he still started a factory. Unfortunately, during those years, they were actually forced to undertake production for Mussolini's war efforts. And it eventually got bombed. Not cool. After the war, Enzo got right back into the game and poached some of the top folks at Alfa Romeo to start a new Scuderia Ferrari that would operate under its own name and match up against big dogs like Mercedes and Alfa. Now, the first time that Ferrari actually stamped a logo on a car was in 1947, and it was on a 12-cylinder, 1.5-liter car named the 125S. Now, let's talk about that iconic logo. This guy, Count Francesco Baracca, was the LeBron James of Italy's World War I fighter pilots. This guy Francesco was a pretty cool cat, and he designed a pretty cool horse that he added to the back of his plane. Does that look familiar to you? Unfortunately, as great as he was, he still met his doom, and his very sad parents were actually really good friends with Enzo. So Enzo, being a good sport and all, decided to honor him and add that same symbol as the focal point of the Ferrari logo. Ferrari nailed their first major victory at the 24-hour of Le Mans with the Ferrari 166mm. That's just 2 years after they officially got started. All in all, one of the main reasons that Ferraris are so popular to date and they make such amazing road cars and even more amazing supercars is because Enzo Ferrari was straight beast mode. This guy retired from competitive racing, having participated in 41 Grand Prix, and he won 11 times. Now, no business is ever perfect, and we've all seen the movie Ford vs. Ferrari, where Ferrari had to sell half of his company to Fiat back in the 60s. But lo and behold, they still continued super strong and producing amazing cars. In 2014, Ferrari was named the most powerful brand in the world. Another really cool fact about Ferrari is that they've been competing in F1 championships since Formula 1 was first established in 1950. Ferrari is actually the only company to have competed in every single Formula 1 championship. And Ferrari has some unmatched success in Formula 1 racing. For example, they hold records for most Grand Prix started, most wins, most podium finishes, most pole positions, most fastest lap, most drivers' championships. It goes without saying that Ferrari is an incredible company, and I think we owe it all to the loved and sometimes hated Enzo, Anselmo, Giuseppe, Maria Ferrari. I know, I'm pretty silly. That's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this 5-minute quick history lesson on Ferrari. I know I really enjoyed making it for you guys. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and ding that notification bell so that you never miss a Feels Wheels video. I'm gonna keep the content coming fresh every week. Remember, buckle up. See ya.